Alright, another day working on the Blaster. Got our rear brakes, got a rear hydraulic brake kit. Be going through, kind of getting everything laid out and figured out here. Not a lot of instructions online for this. Been doing a lot of picture looking and some YouTubing, trying to figure out kind of how things go, where things go, and all that. So, interested in getting hydraulic brakes on your Blaster, 88 to like 02, I think it is. This is a kit for you from CRONTEC, and you got a lot of customizability on it. You can upgrade your master cylinder and some other things, get better caliper and all that stuff. But I just went with the basic kit just to get it going, get it started. We're gonna try to get it all on today, so probably just gonna mock it up, waiting to get my Nerf bars back, and we're gonna have to see how that's gonna play with our brake lever and stuff like that. So hopefully get it all mocked up today and get it figured out. And then when we can tighten everything down and got everything back, hopefully we'll be good to go. Alright, so as you can see, master cylinder, got some brackets. I think master cylinder is going to attach to that. Return spring, that'll be attached to here. Brake pedal lever here, bolts and nuts for that. I believe that this is going to also, I think this is going to go on the rear, and then this will house our caliper, some more bolts. But you can see everything came through, everything looks really nice. And let's jump over to the Blaster, see if we can figure out where it all goes. Alright guys, made it to the Blaster, and just kind of looking at parts here. So we're just going to kind of mock this up. You can kind of see here, this is where your master cylinder is going to be sitting. Be down in here. Have our brake lever down here. Master cylinder is going to sit here. Be on the back. Then it'll flow back to the caliper on the rear. But let's see here. So getting started, you got 3 bolts here. We're looking at 2 smaller ones, or 1 small one, and 2 big ones. So we'll take our smaller one. It's a 13 mil. Just going to use that pre-existing hole. Not going to tighten anything down. And that's just going to sit like that. Like I say, that, let me double check here. 13. Yeah. So that's going to be a 13 mil C. Your master cylinder. That these 2 holes are going to be used. Bolt this down into here, and then your master cylinder will sit up in there. Kind of like that. But on the back of this bracket that we got another piece here that will be used to flow your hydraulic line. So we can line that up in the back. And that's going to be put on with these long Phillips that they gave you. And a couple of spacers. So grab these 2 washers. So you're going to be using, you got 4 of these spacers with it. We're going to be using all of them, doubling it up on the back side. So essentially what it's going to be looking like at the end, it's going to be looking for something like that. Got our bolt head, washer. This will be going through. This will stay on this side. We'll have our 2 spacers double stacked in the back. We can get it. There we go. Double stacked in the back, and then we'll have our nut on the back as well. That's going to hold that rear plate on. So let's see if we can get this started. You're going to want this tab. This tab is going to sit on top of your frame here. Spacers on. 1, 2. Get our other one going. Both our spacers. That's going to sit in there. And that's going to slide on. And these bolts that are going on the back, these are going to be 10 mils. Snug that up there. Just like that. So now that's sitting there. That's good. That's pretty good. Looks good. You know, 2 parts. Hey, to start. So, let's do a little swap out on our master cylinder. Put our return spring on. And before we do that, I'll show you what it looks like from the back with the spacers in it. All right, so we got our first 2 parts on. Bolts thread through, come into this piece. This piece is just threaded into an existing hole in the frame. As you can see from the back side, where are we? There we are. We got our 2 spacers double stacked here. So bolt, washer, double spacers, and our nut on the back side. Then this is that pre-existing hole that's holding it tight to the frame. So, all right. So before we get any farther, our master cylinder, take this off. We are going to be putting on a return spring. It's one of those items that was pretty customizable from CRONTEC CTI, whatever you may call them. You get different colored anodized things. Went with black. Keep it simple. Slides on. This piece here is going to thread on. All right, let me get pliers. Come on. Struggle bus. All right. I'll just take it off. With smart threads to work with here. Can actually engage their spring. I'm sure it'll all be adjusted once it's done. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Now we can see it's engaging our spring. Our lock on. There we go. All right, cool. All right, back at the blaster. Mount our master cylinder. Take, what did I say these were? 13s? Yeah. So take your longer bolts from the beginning, the 13s. We'll just fish them through here. 1, 2, and let's get not snugged up on the back. There we go. And then take our smaller Phillips that it came with, wherever we are. Oh, son of a gun. But we'll mount our reservoir. On the last open slot. Now, a lot of these kits come with a pretty massive, from what I've been seeing, come with a pretty massive brake line here. So you might have to trim yours to fit however you need. I didn't have to. Mine came trimmed, so I'm not mad about it. So yeah, so we got that all mounted up. So now I can either jump over. I think I might try to just mock up our foot lever down here, and we'll take it from there. And we'll do the caliper and stuff. So yeah. All right, so jumping into our brake lever, foot pedal. We got our pedal, got our bracket, slides on in. We got that exposed part right there. With your kit, you got your C-clamp and a washer. So slide the washer over, and then slide your C-clip on. Oh, pliers. Here we go. So that's going to hold it in place just like that. And then this, mount to our factory holes where our factory foot pedal was. And those are using, what size were these? I think they're, I'm just over here figuring out bolt sizes, there we go. What are these, 14s? Yeah, so these two bolts that it comes with are going to be 14. Pretty sure that's what they were from factory as well. So, let's see. We can get these started up in here. Stuff will have to come off. Oh, when my Nerf bars come. So. Doesn't fit all the way flush. Huh? It looks like we got some good movement. I'll have to figure out this bolt. See what's going on there. Oh, son of a gun. Alright, guys. Getting ahead of ourselves. Grab my foot peg here. Put it all together. You can see our factory mount. Boy, the lighting is tough. Anyways, got our factory mount right here. That is, there's just no room. So, and I got this nasty stuff. So I think I'm gonna probably take all this off here. Cut off this mount back here. Maybe cut this stuff off as well. So, let's see what we can do. Alright, back at the blaster. Back from the fabrication shop. Woohoo. Took off that original lever attachment, now whatever you want to call it, and some other junk that was on here. This was stopping us completely. Pretty much completely, actually. So, let's see if we can get back to where we were. Alright, there we go. Now we got a lot of room. There we go. It's looking good. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's looking good to me. So let's jump back and get our rear caliper figured up. Alright, so at the rear here, we got a bracket, caliper spacers. Our caliper here. And utilizing our factory mount, we got our bracket. So, we got our bolts and our spacers as well. These are going to run from the inside to the outside and into our bracket here. And the way you want to mount, there you go. So you want your two, this is where your caliper is going to mount. It's on these back two. So on the front two, those are going to line up into here. Kind of know because CTI should be forward, shouldn't be backwards or anything like that. Let's see if we can get this started. Got that. No, we don't. Okay, so these are also going to be 13s. So we got good clearance. Alright, so we got pretty good clearance there. Bring you in. And down there, see. Let's see our clearance. Let's see. Boy, something might be bent back here. This is just me. It's not the. My rotor might be bent. So yeah, so now let's focus on the caliper. So our caliper is going to attach to our last two holes right here. Let's see, we got our 6 mil. This is gonna be a 6 mil Allen. Used to attach that, and then the other one, it's gonna be way down here. It's gonna be a 12 mil. Get her in there. So 12 mil, 6 mil Allen is gonna be up here. I think that this is gonna be kind of a pain, but let's see what we can do. 12. That's, all right, got our caliber on, got her snugged up, and now we got to run our brake line. Now attached to here and up here. All right, I'm gonna get this rear brake line attached, and then we'll bring you up to the front part. Got our banjo bolt washer, brake line, bolt. These are gonna be 12 mils. Started. Put that on nice and play. And then if we jump up to the front, you can just barely see our banjo bolt right there. So let's get that right up. Bolt washer, brake line bolt, or washer. Let's get this. It doesn't run too bad. It's not in any way or anything. It doesn't look like. I'm back. Snug down our rear banjo bolt. Snug it down like that. All right, we got a brake line on. Oh, look at that. We are making moves. Whoa! Might strap that down with something. Zip tie or something. Alright guys, that is our CRONTEC hydraulic conversion kit. Not too bad, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we got our brake lever. This is going to be coming off. Get the nerf bars back on. Get attached to the master cylinder when that's all said and done. This is all mounted, not tight, just loose for now. Brake line runs back. Got the rear caliper installed. We got our caliper bracket back there as well. And then that's the full system. So, thanks for joining me on this wonderful journey. It's been a blast, and we'll see you next time.